I heard many years ago was Ella
Of
Fitzgerald.
course, Queen of Scat.
I was in a nightclub and I heard her. I mean, fabulous, fabulous. It was like, wow. But what exactly is the definition of jazz?
Very complex. Jazz is, well, it's a music, a presentation of music from the African American communities, like their gift to the world. And it started many years ago, like in the early 20s when it was started in full force. Jazz has been around for many, many years, and it's a complex thing full of improvisation and syncopation, and it's free-flowing. Jazz is really whatever you want it to be, and it's incorporated in a whole lot of other music. It started in New Orleans, and the father of jazz is Louis Armstrong, and he's from there. So it all fits. But jazz has many genres, and it's not difficult. You can pick what you like, what you want to play, but it's all under the umbrella of jazz. You got bebop, you have swing, you have, what else? Ragtime from the 20s. All that's jazz, and
Really?
cool jazz, and smooth jazz. I mean, every 10 years there's something else. But bebop was, I think, the most impressive during the jazz years from the 40s. All up, I think it lasts, well, it's still around, but like 30 years. I mean, you had Charlie Parker, you had Miles Davis, you had, who else was in there? Oh, God, there's so many. Oh, Thelonious Monk, of course. And he grew up not far from where I was raised in the Bronx. And they have a street from him now called, Monk Street or Monk Avenue, I forgot what it, but he is identified from the Bronx. And there's, of course, Charlie Parker, everybody knows, and Dizzy Gillespie was the other. Those were the three that they associate bebop with. So bebop is a genre of jazz, and if that's what you play, that's what you play. But women have to have a role too, and we have a history. It's not as documented as we would like, but it is there, and mostly during the 30s and 40s and 50s. That's when I think jazz was really hitting. And then we had wars. Who was going to play? Who was doing the work at the factories? Women. So they took an opportunity and ran with it. And that's how you have your Ella Fitzgeralds. You have Billie Holiday, who really changed the landscape in vocalists. You have Marion McPartland, and pianist, and she was also a radio jock. And I mean, they were doing all kinds of things. And Colleen Ray, she was with, I think, the Sweethearts of Rhythm, that's documented. Interracial female band, and people just, that's what they had. And then you found out women can play. You can find out women knew their jazz. They did their homework.
Were women finally accepted in the jazz world, besides Ella and Billie and all these renowned ones, but across the board, or is it still a struggle?
It's still a struggle. How many women do you see in these orchestras, on Broadway, wherever? You don't see many. It's a nice, sweet job, if you can get it, and be there 7 days a week playing for a Broadway show. They're limited. They might do a stint, come in and do like an internship with a famous band or something, then they disappear. And they go on, they have to keep traveling and, hooking up with other bands. There's one band, we have the Diva Jazz Band. They have from 20 to maybe 50 women in their band. They even performed for one of our festivals, and that was the highlight because every last one of them were female.
I feel that a lot of this has to do with them not marketing themselves properly, or there's a problem with the resources to market themselves, or it's just that it's a man's world?
Well, it is a man's world, we know that, which we're still breaking the ceilings trying to. But you have to remember, jazz was very male-dominated, and you have to know how to maneuver the system and to get in. You got to know your history of it. You have to challenge, like anybody else, about what you know. it's like, okay, people say, well, where did jazz come from? I said, you know what I like to say? From the sound of the drum in Africa to the singing the blues in the cotton fields in the South. That's your beginnings. People understand that. Some people don't. Then you take it, you mix it all up, and you got whatever genre you want to play. Women, on the other hand, you got to know these things and how to maneuver. You're going to have to latch on to some guy or organization that's always the head is, the CEO is the guy. But women are now taking over their own labels, and because things have changed electronically. No longer do you have to wait on RCA, Victor, or anybody else to come to you. We want to do your CD. Do it yourself at your own cost. So you gotta have the initiative. You gotta go to school. You gotta, know what you're doing. When I was singing and whatever, I said, I don't know all about this stuff. I better go back to school. And I did. And I kept going and coming. And then I got my master's from Fordham University. And I said, what do I do now? I said, okay, it's about music. Even though my courses weren't, they were more about social and education. But you apply the same principles to whatever in life. And so, I said, okay, I'm going to try this music. But then I got caught up with International Women in Jazz, and it's a different destiny now. So, but it's for the better. And because I still get a chance to perform, and I have great people and board members I work with that, help. So it's, you got to cling to something, and you got to have a women's organization. We're the most unique organization, only because our name says International Women in Jazz. We have no boundaries. So we deal with other countries in Europe. We partner with them. We partner with Donna Musica. Every other day I'm getting something from Italy. It's competition. We need composers. We need this. We need, of any. And my membership comprises of that kind of variety.
Do you find that jazz was more accepted in Europe than in the United States?
Well, I think they ran with it, jazz, and hey, and making big bucks off of that. And most females, they do go over there and stay. They don't. Germany is one place. France was another. The vocalists would run over there. Even the instrumentalists from the war, they stayed. They didn't come back. Or now they're back and forth. But Europe did take advantage of it. America has a lot of hang-ups. And it's always like racism or something comes in the race. And we have to, if you're a female, you get in. If you're a black female, you may not get in. We just got to get over all that stuff. But as you know, the times have changed here in America, and we don't know if it's for the better or for the worse, but a lot of stuff is going on that women, have to get up there and march for everything that they want.
You say women have to march for everything they want. Mm-hmm. It's across the board. When you think of a woman who's in the jazz field, mm-hmm. she's obviously making a real commitment because it's not an easy profession.
No.
Most professions aren't.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, like you say, knowing how to navigate mm-hmm. the waters.
You do.
What do you think is the biggest, I was going to say hindrance, but I don't want to do negative. I want
mm-hmm.
to do something positive.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing that your organization helps jazz artists. I was going to say musicians,
mm-hmm.
but you've got...
They are musicians, yes.
But I would say jazz, people in the jazz world. Let's put it
Okay, whatever their related profession is, if they're vocalists, whatever. Okay. What we do is we present a platform for them for performance. We give them events during the year. We have a festival. We've been having it at St. Peter's Church where we take over the whole church. We have jam sessions. We have networking, workshops. We honor people. We have great headliners that come in and help out. It's like a fellowship at that time, and the community is part of it. They come in to support us. With the women, we try to give them as much as possible. We can't give them jobs. We're not allowed as a nonprofit to do that. But we do show them the way to get one. And we have auditions sometimes, and for our festival, they come, they try out. Winners, they get a whole platform. And that goes on their resume. I perform at St. Peter's Church, and it's known all over the world as the Jazz Church. So if you can get on that stage and sing anything, it's like you made it, you know, and they really, you know, and the staff at St. Peter's is wonderful. Pastor Deere is wonderful. Every first Monday of the month at the church, and people come down, and we don't really charge much of anything. You come there, and you come with your flyers, whatever you're doing, you want to make your announcements, and you get support.
Brought a role in of part of the International Jazz Festival. Who are we watching?
It's so hard to pick who to, you know, to show. We have so many. And let me just say this. The festival is headlined by some of the greats. And some of them were National Endowment of the Arts Jazz Awards. That's the highest, one of the highest honors. Sheila Jordan is one, and she's performed. She comes back to our things now and then. Annie Ross, she's one. We presented her one year. I mean, they do come back, and it's nice to see that you know, they want to do a workshop or whatever. That's fine. These people have been in the business struggle for years, so they got a lot of knowledge, a lot of education to give to our youth and to us seasoned people. But the recognitions that we do, we honor those from way back, and Melba Joyce was just one of them. And but we have youth people that I don't know if you remember Way McDonald. She came on. She came through our doors. Didn't know who she was. And what happened was she wound up winning and performing at the church. After that, she won The Voice on TV. So we said, "Oh, that's our baby," you know. we like to take the credit, of course. But we had others. Brittany Lynn Edwards, she's another one that came aboard. Gabrielle Garrow, the flautist and sax. So I don't know. So I just want people to know the quality that we have.
Hey, let's go to the Roland.
Okay, great. Okay.
Just in time, I found you just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. I was lost, the losing dice were tossed. My bridges all were crossed, nowhere to go. Now you're here, I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear, I found my way. Love came just in time. I found you just in time. Changed my lonely life that lucky day. Hey, just in time. I knew just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. I was lost. The losing dice were tossed. My bridges all were crossed. Nowhere to go. Now you're here. Now I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear. I found my way. Love came just in time. I found you just in time. Changed my lonely life that lucky day.
Well, that was Melba Joyce, a real dynamo, one of our best headliners of all times at the International Women in Jazz Festival. Melba is known throughout the world. She's an ambassador for the United States, went to Vietnam, went to Germany, went to Russia, been awarded all kinds of awards of recognition. She's just a sweetheart. She's Harlem's sweetheart, they call her that. And she did a wonderful job being our headliner that year, and I was so proud of her. And we talk often, and she's very glad. She's going to be doing her memoirs soon. And though she's not old, I mean, but she's lived a good life. I mean, she appeared with Count Basie as a vocalist. She's just been traveling all over the world. I think she's one of the best out there. You know, when you want to do the scatting and the singing and the solos, she got it.
This clip was fantastic. I mean, it gives you quite a wonderful feeling of what is out there that women can do.
Oh, yes.
I mean, it's just incredible. If somebody wants to join the organization, is there a certain criteria? Do you, or can anybody join?
Yes, anybody can join, male, female. You go to our website, www.internationalwomeninjazz.org, or info@internationalwomen.org, or call 212-560-7553. And then you can check out what we do. You know, everything is there on the website. So we hope that you will visit us. We want all of y'all to visit us. So we need membership. We're only as strong as our membership. And we have people internationally, domestically. People want to set up chapters. You know, when I go to conferences on jazz, there are people that come as far as California. I want to join. That's the blessing of the internet, you know. They find us, they call us, they want to know stuff. Like, I got an email the other day from the University of Gothenburg in Sweden. How many people sing jazz over there? How many females? Well, unfortunately, there are no official statistics. Everything is segmented by decades, you know. So why don't we have how many people play whatever, you know, at our, you know, at hand? But that's why we affiliate with Donna Music in Italy. They have 27,000 female musicians, mostly of composers, and they do competitions, but they still don't have the United States. We're very slow in keeping those type of statistics, and I always have to break it down when somebody asks me that by era or by decade or what was going on, like the war was going on, so the women came. But you don't really get hardcore stats on the whole. You might get it on Mary Lou Williams, or you might get it on Billie, or you might get how many songs they've done. But you never get to know how many females are really working at this. And you know, we want jazz to continue and be a staple in our society like it's been. A lot of people say, oh, kind of passe. I said, no, you always come back. And I have to say this. There are many performers today, vocalists, who come back or want to start jazz. And there are 3 right now that I can name: Patti LaBelle, Queen Latifah, and recently Fantasia. So I say, y'all call me, because we're going to give you a good send-off when you want to come to jazz. And that's what they say. They're doing jazz albums. So come to the best, come to the experts, and do a benefit for us or whatever, and present your platform for jazz music, because it's going to be an education, and we'll do a proper send-off.
Jackie, it has been just wonderful learning about jazz and the history in your organization. What advice would you like to leave the audience with?
Well, first of all, for those of you who are CEOs or presidents of 501(c)(3)s, nonprofit organizations, you got to have stamina, and we want you to continue. And let me say this, funding is the #1 problem. And the pot is shrinking. The government is not giving out the handouts anymore. So we're sharing a shrinking pot. So you have to market more. To be a successful president, you got to partner with people, and you just have to just plain ask for donors and sponsors. That's number one on the business side. On the performance side, young ladies, and I like to say this to the youth, because there's plenty of talent out there. You know, Leonika Sheep is one of our youth winners, and she won 2 times in a row. Well, she had a year in between. Her sister won the one in between. Very great family, you know, and she plays piano perfectly. And so we give her a platform. We want you to get in touch with us. We want you to sign on with us. And we do everything we can to help you become what you want to become. And, you know, some of them shy away. They go to college, the youth that is, and then they come back. So it's a place of fellowship. And you have to partner with people. You got to have somebody in your corner. And if you can get an organization as International Women in Jazz to help you out, hey, that's gravy for you, because you know where you're going. And we tried to do our best to get you there.
Jackie,
Yes,
thank you
ma'am.
very much for
Thank you.
joining me.
Thank you.
And it's been wonderful learning about International Women in Jazz.
Yes.
Worldwide.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Yes.
And if you have any questions, please write us here at the Women's Connection, or you can write Jackie at Jackie and Company, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions and give you any information about becoming a member. Look forward to hearing from you. Bye now.
Goodbye.
Just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. I was lost. The losing dice were tossed. My bridges all were crossed. Nowhere to go. Now you're here. Now I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear. I found my way.